In this quick video, I'll show you what I used to remove a stain off a used mattress that I got from a friend. I'll show you the products, the mixing process, application, some before and afters, as well as a cleaning tip to freshen up an old mattress. Let's get right into it. Let's briefly talk about the mattress. I helped a friend move over the weekend and he had a mattress he was going to throw away. He said it was only a few years old, but it did hurt his back, so he bought a new one. He didn't mention the cause of the stain, and I didn't want to ask, but based on the location, it looks like a spilled drink of some sort. So I loaded it up and I told him I'd take it. Now that it's at the house, let's see if we can get it back to looking and smelling new. The first thing we have to do is buy our supplies. I chose the dollar store since it has everything needed. First, we need a spray bottle, and this one's $1, good price. Then the secret ingredient, 3% hydrogen peroxide. 3% is the common household cleaning strength. Next, baking soda, not to be confused with baking powder. And lastly, Dawn dish soap. I like the light blue, but any version should be fine. These 4 inexpensive items are a stained mattress's worst nightmare. Now it's time to mix everything into the spray bottle. There's no magic amount of peroxide to use, just however much you'll think you'll need. But keep in mind, it'll be about 1 tablespoon of Dawn per 8 ounces of hydrogen peroxide. So I'll start with 8 ounces here. And I'm just eyeballing it here, but that looks close to 8 ounces. Now let's put a tablespoon-ish of Dawn in here. Basically just a few squirts should be fine. Alright, that looks good. And here's a special ingredient you can use if you have it laying around, an essential oil. I have some lavender, and it should give this cleaning mixture a nice little aroma boost. I've seen a lot of folks try to put the baking soda into the spray bottle. You'll just clog it up if you try that. Instead, we're going to saturate the stain with this solution first, then sprinkle the baking soda on top and work it into the stain. You'll see what I'm talking about in the next step. The next step is to apply our cleaning solution. This is the stain that we'll be working on. Based on the location, I believe it to be a drink that was spilled, probably coffee. But this is the same solution and process you would use if it was a pee stain. As you can see, the stain is on top of the mattress as well as on the side, but we'll start working on the top first. I'm going to spray a good amount on the stain here, letting it saturate into the stain and into the mattress. If you need to sleep on your mattress later that night, you may not want to get it too wet. And if you do, you may want to utilize a fan to help in the drying process. Now let's apply our baking soda. We'll sprinkle on top, then work it into the fabric after we get a good amount on there. The baking soda helps pull the moisture from the solution we just applied, as well as the stain if it's fresh. Another benefit to baking soda is it does neutralize any odors. I chose to work in the baking soda with a microfiber towel, but it's probably easier to work it in by hand, then use a towel to clean your hands off afterwards. We'll try that later. And this is what it looks like directly after getting the baking soda worked in. You want to let this sit for at least an hour before using a shop vac or vacuum cleaner to remove the remaining powder. Here I let it do its thing for about 2 hours. Now I'll use my shop vac with upholstery attachment to brush away the residue. While I can tell a difference, I'm not 100% satisfied. I can faintly see the discolored area where the stain was, as well as the darker outline. It is common to have to apply multiple passes to fully remove a stain, so let's try again. For this second pass, I'll speed it up a bit because I think you know the gist of it, but I did change up 2 things on this attempt. I went much heavier on the solution and also worked the baking soda in with my hands. I felt like I was lifting a lot of the baking soda and solution out of the mattress with the towel on the first pass. With this second pass, I could tell I was working it in with my hands and getting it really deep into the fabric. Another thing I changed on the second attempt was I let it sit overnight, so for about 10 to 12 hours. This is what it looked like the morning after, nice and dry. Now let's vacuum up the residue and see if that second pass will be our last. Alright, wow, I'm extremely pleased with these results. After 2 passes, I can no longer see the stain. So much so, I think I'll try to get the stain out of the side of the mattress also, the one that's right here. Alright, I think this is a good time for a quick summary. First, apply the solution liberally. Second, rub in baking soda, not to be confused with baking powder. Then let it sit for a few hours or overnight if the situation allows, and then remove the residue with a shop vac or vacuum cleaner. That turned out perfect. As you can tell, using this setup, you can easily remove stains and odor from a mattress. This last step is something you can do during your weekly, every other week, or monthly cleaning rituals, and not just when you're given a free mattress. After you remove the sheets from your bed, sprinkle some baking soda all over the mattress. Let it set for 30 minutes to a couple hours, then remove it with a vacuum cleaner or shop vac as shown in this video. Baking soda is a natural deodorizer. The baking soda will absorb any lingering smells, leaving your bed smelling fresh and clean. And if you're thinking, well, that doesn't apply to me, I bought my bed new. Well, it does apply to you. You spend about a third of your life on your bed sweating and shedding dead skin cells. This eventually leads to an odor that's hard for you to smell, but not for others. While I vacuum away the odor, I'd like to thank you for making it this far in the video. If you found it useful, please think about hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing for future useful around the house videos. And I'll catch you on the next one.